Now it's okay. So, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, madam. How about you?
I am also pretty well. So, shall we start first introduction?
Yes, madam. So my name is Madam Niranjan Patra. I'm from Odisha, and currently I'm in Sundargarh district. So I'm doing a government job, and recently I got this job. I'm a teacher by profession, madam.
Okay, it's a fantastic. So, my name is Vijay Lakshmi. I am also a government teacher. I usually teach English 11th and 12th classes, especially the literature. And but my school medium is Hindi, so it's required to improvement some in my English speaking. So that's why I am here. So which subject do you teach in class?
Even I also teach English, madam.
Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, and which standard?
And my from Odia medium. My schooling was done from Odia medium, so it's a bit difficult task for me to speak in English nowadays in my schools. I could not have that environment during my schooling, so I could not able to speak in or I could not able to communicate with others in English. And now I'm bound to communicate with my students in English because it is English medium school. I do not have any other choice, madam.
So in which classes do you teach?
Now I'm teaching in class 6, 7, 8, madam.
Okay, okay, got it. And so how was your experience in teaching field?
Pardon, I could not tell your voice, madam.
How was your experience in education system? You recently got your
So,
job.
yes, so far it's good, madam. And it's been only 6 to 7 months. I got this job. I joined this profession in September only.
Okay, okay. First of all, the congratulations for your new job, and it is a, you can say, venerable job in India, especially teacher are respected in comparison to the other departments, and also free from any corruption and any evils. So, are you enjoying your job?
Yes, madam. So far, because I feel I'm too young to handle such pressures, professional pressures. But it's okay. I have to learn so many things from my uh, other teachers. Experienced teachers are there, so I have to learn so many things. And just learning new things now in school.
And in your state, your syllabus is related to which, NCRT and your state board, which kind of your syllabus?
Madam, it's CBSE na NCRT.
Okay, okay. It's a CBSE and NCRT. So, have you prepared any teaching aid in
State
classroom?
board of secondary education. So it is Odia medium.
Okay, okay. And it is necessary to prepare any teaching aid and any physical element to include while you are teaching, giving your lecture, giving your lesson to classroom. It is necessary for you.
Yes, madam. The students will get better knowledge about the topic. So if you get them involved in the classroom, then you need to have the lesson, such elements so that they will get interested in your class. If they feel interested, they will learn something. And if only you read books and you will show nothing, so they will feel bored.
How can you inspire your student to speak English more and more? Because they have don't any environment at home and at your their surroundings. So how can you inspire? What is your method? Have you any specific tips and tricks for the student?
Madam, first of all, to be honest, it feels really bad that even I'm not so fluent in English and I'm their English teacher. So I, at first, I need to be fluent and get fluency over this language so that with fluency I can with easy method I can communicate with my students so that they will get inspired from me or from any other teacher who are speaking in English. But if we, the teachers, cannot speak in English, so how can we inspire our students? So somehow it came into my mind that I should start practicing in English so that my students will at least they will say that
I am totally agree with you. We are not fluent speaker, but we are putting our effort and our energy to become a fluent speaker. At least we are tried to speak. We are using the words. We are trying to provide them the environment. So you have to start. We should not wait for become a fluent speaker. We should start now.
schooling days, I could not get that environment. So I was not exposed to that environment. That's why I'm suffering from that fluency or something spoken English that is called nowadays. So whenever I try to speak in English, what happens? I fumble. I feel nervous. I
So
get
just
disappointed.
we start in classroom. Please keep quiet. I am going to take your attendance. If you are not giving me answer, I am not filling your attendance. Learn your chapter. I will ask you question. I will give you the right. These kind of things. Have you done your homework? These kind of sentence we can include. You know.
Yes, before going to the class, lots of things were going inside my mind that I will talk to students like this, I will talk to students like that, I'll use this sentence. Even at some point, I started writing English sentences that I am going to use in my classroom. But after some point, I thought if I do not practice, then I can never get a hold over this language. So basically, what happens? It kills my confidence. Even if I have better knowledge over the subject, or I'm pretty good at grammar knowledge. But if I do not have that fluency over English, over this language, or if I do not speak fluently, so that's why that's where I feel demotivated.
We can also apply the storytelling method. We can ask some story, tell me story, any short story in English, so they can also remove their hesitation. Also, we can give summarize your lesson and tell me in a summarized way your chapter. What I have read you in classroom particular day, and we can ask these kind of question, and also gradually they might be remove their hesitation, and also it's a remove our hesitations, you know. And nowadays in Rajasthan English medium schools have started. So if some teacher move to the English medium school, so it is necessary to speaking English and a good communication skill. So
Yes,
how we are not good at in communication skills, so also we are not able to put these kind of skill in our student. So we should
that
start.
if the teachers are even not able to speak in English, how can the students will even try to speak in English? So I always try that my students will get inspired from me. So that's why
But
I'm trying very hard.
other hand, it is the matter of only habit. You know, we have a Hindi environment and a regional language environment. We have to make them understand first of all what kind of we education we are giving. We should make them understand. They have to understand what the chapter say, what the teacher say. Medium is the secondary thing. Say it is the necessary language. You know, English is the global language. It is necessary, but we should provide the education what language they easily understand. You know, what kind of environment at your home, at their family. So our first responsibility is to make them understand whatever the language they understand. Maybe the regional language, maybe the Hindi, maybe the English also. So we have to include three of all. No, sometime a English teacher have to include two three languages now at the same time. Sometime we have to take example of our regional languages. Some student also not understand Hindi very well, you know. They have don't these kind of environment, and sometimes we try to make them English to English. So sometime we have to mix up three of language. Just I am from Rajasthan, so we have to give example of our regional language, you know, our locality. And also, and especially the a tragedy with English that na most of chapter, most of the stories, dramas, they are related to the foreign writer. And just like they are talking about the snow falling, mountains, rivers, these kind of things are not found in Rajasthan. How can the student relate these kind of things? No, it is the tragedy here. They can't relate the beach of the sea, you know. They can't relate the huge sea, you know, you can say long sea voyage. They have don't these kind of experience, never heard about their grandfather, father, mother, their grandparents. So sometimes we feel very confused how can make them understand easily. Now snow falling areas, snow falling birds, snow falling trees. So usually student ask what kind of trees, ma'am, how it is look like, what kind of flower. It is.
in their life.
Yeah. So also we should include our Indian literature in especially in English language also. A lot of Indian writer also nowadays, and in also British are here rule. So we have a good English writer, just like the R.K. Narayan, if the Kamala Das. We are including the Indian writer in poetry and drama and story. Students are easily relate.
Madam, can I ask something?
Could you repeat? Your voice is very low.
Madam, can I ask something?
Yes, yes.
Madam, which class students are you teaching?
Sorry.
Which class students are you teaching, madam?
I usually teach 11th and 12th class.
PGT teacher, if I'm right.
Your voice is very low. I couldn't hear you.
Madam, PGT teacher, PGT.
I don't get your point. Could you repeat, please?
Madam, you are a PGT teacher,
Yeah, yeah,
postgraduate
yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, you called PGT in in we in Rajasthan. These kind of terms not used. So I don't get your point. Yes, yes, you can say PGT teacher.
Graduate teacher.
Yeah.
Finally, I teach only class 6, 7, 8 students. So where I'm posted, it is a tribal district, and most of the students are from tribal community. So
Yeah,
they,
it is also a big problem.
they don't know any single word of English. If I try to communicate with them in English, they will
Yeah,
feel their
I
mind.
am totally agree with you. Even Rajasthan have a 10 district almost that is the called the tribal areas, and everybody afraid to post it there. Yes.
Okay, madam. But students, whenever I try to speak or whenever I try to communicate with them in English, they don't even react. It feels
Yeah.
like they don't understand.
Yeah, maybe they don't understand because they have a their regional language, their regional dialect. So sometimes students are not able to understand what the teacher are saying.
But the parents at parent teacher meeting, they request us to have communication in English during the classroom sessions. So if your student is, our first priority will be the understanding of the topic by the students. But if the students are not getting my point, if the students are not able to understand what I'm trying to say, then how can it will be impactful teaching? They don't even understand the language. But if they understand the topic in their regional language, they will at least write something or
They
understand.
have a perception. They have a perception. A English teacher can teach English and become a fluent within a time. They are expecting to English teacher, he or she usually speak English, and that's our childrens are become a fluent as early as, and it is a natural thing. And if a teacher are putting their effort, so they can easily expect these kind of things.
But to the some extent, it is depending upon the environment.
Yes, it is very
At
true. But
the end,
if
there
a
will be
teacher have in a, you can say, lot of power, if he and she try to make effort and try to mold our student, so sometime I have been experience of 15 years, so I can say if teacher try to mold and if try to give a right way, then he or she can do. Definitely. It's maybe that take time.
that, madam. I totally agree with you, and I'm trying my best that
Yeah.
I can communicate.
We should not pay attention and the result. We should put first of our effort. We should regard less our outcome.
But madam, now we are being pressurized for the result that
Yeah. Sometimes we have to manage by our wise and wisdom. We now should not go straight for. Now we have to give up our straightforward behavior. Sometimes we have to manage tips and tricks. We have to manage also our result, and we have to also in a real manner inspire student go for further education.
yes, madam. But how do we need to behave with students, madam? In polite manner or in rude manner? How do you behave with your students?
I would say in for the small children, especially the eighth standard, we should go for polite manner. They are very tender, and our once old, our one punishment give a na, you can say the lifetime impression.
But
Lifetime impression.
they create disturbance in classes. So if they do not understand properly, or if they do not listen to the teacher carefully, then how
It's,
can they
it's a
learn
take
something?
time. It's the matter of discipline, and it's a take time 1 or 2 year at least. After 1 or 2 year, you feel the student are giving you the real respect, real respect. If you are keep consistency, if you are give your best and with honesty, it will be definitely work. It take time. You can say the Rome was not built in a day. It's a time take process, and we have to keep patience with small children. Once I was connecting with a teacher. She was in Australia, so she told me in Australia different kind of education. We can't scold a children. No, in India at least we have a freedom to scold. We can shout. No, and that's why now in Australia and in developed countries they are not scold, they are not give any warning and these kind of things. Their mental level is very high.
But in my local area, if you do not give them punishment, they will not listen to you. They will start making noise in the class.
Yes, yes, these kind of things happen in starting, but we have to keep busy in some activity. We have to go for a different way.
Because you have more experience than me, so you might have more knowledge on how to handle students 6 7 or 8 class students.
It's a tough
Because
task. We have to keep patience. We have to give some activity, not just like making some cards. And if your locality you can say that clay, they can make different things from clay. You have to you adopt a playway method. You are
yes,
not only book and giving the lecture. It is for the upper classes. I am also a primary teacher for 5 7 years, and we have to give some activity and we have to busy and utilize their energy
yes, madam.
more and more. They can draw and drawing the painting just like a bird, and they also draw the different part and write their name. They can also draw the human body and also write the name of body parts, you know. Also they can draw the map of India and then write the name of the state, different state, the capital, major cities name. We have to go for the in a playway method. We can't give some only the lecture and reading the chapter.
Yes, madam, I understand that, but I feel after the classroom or teaching some students, I feel they are not listening to me. They are disturbing the whole class. So, and if their
There
result
is
is
also
bad,
mischief in
so
every
there is
class. You can close to us. You can hold them close to their and your also, and give the some special activity also, special charge also. You can say get chalk and duster. You have to responsibility the clean classroom. So sometime we have to channelize, and we have to apply tips and tricks, and also affection, special affection. If we are scolding, they are going day by day rebellion.
yes, madam.
And
But
you can also sometimes they are not for study sometimes, and every student are not for the you can say study. They have a different skill. They may be good at sports, they may be
yes, madam.
but in India, they all are putting in classroom. You have to read English, you have to read mathematics, you have to read science and social science. So it is the fault of system. So we can use their energy in other activities.
Yes, madam. But they need to have basic education. At least they need to write their name, write few sentences in English, or communicate with others. At least speak some or know some words in English. But if they do not have the basic education, they and then how can they improve in other fields?
Yeah, it's a happen. But in India, we have to change the education system, and we can start from in elementary.
Yes, madam. It's
We
more
can start.
mark oriented or result
Yeah,
oriented.
yes. We should not pay attention toward now. At least it is good note in good note at all subject. If they have interest in a particular subject, make them now understand in a particular subject. If they are good at mathematics, then they can go for. If they are good at social science, they can go for these kind of things. And we are putting the pressure. You have to make good, and you have to make good marks in every subject. So every subject is not for all students.
Even in my schooling days, I was not good at mathematics I was only good at speaking, madam. English, madam, in English subject, and that too I was good at grammar or writing person, not in speaking. So I had that advantage that I was getting more marks from English than other subjects. So I decided to have a career in English.
Yes, yes. Definitely. So thank you for tuning in. It's a nice conversation and I enjoy a lot to conversation with a teacher, especially the English teacher.
Thank
So
you, madam.
thank
Thank you so much, madam. We will connect some other day, madam.
you.
Thank you, madam.
Have a great
Yes, madam.